Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm back. It's January 2014, and as I promised, I was going to do a room tour, an updated room tour. And the last time I did one of these was, I think it was January or February of 2013. So let me do this again. I'll go into more detail this time and show you what I got and go over some of the games, and I might tell you some quick stories about some games I picked up and stuff like that. But just want to do a quick overview real quick, and if this video takes a little bit of time, I'm sorry. I just wanted to go into detail and do it the proper way. So again, this is my video game room tour for 2014, and it's January, and I plan on doing one of these once a year in the beginning of the year. So let me begin. I'm gonna start over here. This is my rack over here, and usually I have my PlayStation games on here, TurboGrafx 16, some box Game Boy Advance games, and 3DS games. And let me get a little closer so I can show you some of the games. Like I said, a lot of my 3DS games are here. I have some more in other locations. Like I said, a game that is I'm currently playing right now is Fire Emblem. What a great game. Great game. It's challenging, but it's a great game. If you get a chance to pick it up as soon as possible. Also, another slept-on game is Nano Assault for the 3DS. Great shooter, great special effects with the 3D. And let me go to the DS stuff. I have some a lot of DS games I get are all RPGs or action adventure games. Some good stuff here. Kirby's Mass Attack is blended in there. It's not a bad game. I got Golden Sun, Legend of Zelda, Spirit's Track, Etrian Odyssey 3, Hotel Dusk Room 215, a great game. Tokyo Beatdown is a pretty fun game, and also Fire Emblem. Aliens, probably the best Aliens game to be released in some time. As you know, the Aliens games that have been released on the next gen or current gen systems are horrible. So go down to Game Boy Advance games. Drill Dozer, outstanding game. Astro Boy, very fun but challenging. R-Type 3, Sword of Mana, Lunar Legends, Zelda. Like you said, I'm very into RPGs. That's why you're going to notice that I have some games that I bought, haven't even opened them yet, and I'll get to them as soon as I can because RPGs take up a lot of time. So I'm a big fan of RPGs. Infinite Space, that's a very good game. I haven't opened it yet. I played it before though, but I found a cheap copy. It was brand new at the local BX a while back. But I played it before. It's an outstanding game. Definitely pick it up if you see it cheap. Going down to my PlayStation games, like I said, it might be a little glare here, but PlayStation, the same thing. A lot of the action games, RPGs, are the same things. I pick them up when I can because like I said, my backlog is so big. One of my favorite Castlevania games, Castlevania Chronicles, such a great game. One of my favorite on the PlayStation. And I'll continue on. Colony Wars is a good game. Raystorm. And I got some Seal games at the end here. Alundra 2. And also Final Fantasy. And of course those games I've played before, but you don't come across sealed copies that much. So let's keep them. Probably trade them in the future. Vandal Hearts is a good series by Konami. I got some more here. Final Fantasy 7, one of the greatest games of all time. And some more stuff there. And then we go on to TurboGrafx 16, a very slept-on system, and it's getting harder and harder to find the games out there for the system. I remember getting the TurboGrafx 16 with China Warrior for my birthday one year, and I'll never forget, I used to play China Warrior for hours because I was amazed on how great the game was. So, Blazing Laser is one of my favorite shooters of all time. And you got some more Ninja Spirit. Love that game. To this day, I still can't beat Ninja Spirit. I always get to the last level where you have to jump off the cliff. And you have the floating ninjas with the swords up and I always die there. I cannot figure that out for the life of me. I've even looked at videos online on how to beat the game and I still can't do it. So, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I won't give up. And those are my Turbo games right there. I don't have any other Turbo games anywhere else. The PlayStation games you see, Game Boy Advance games, DS, 3DS, all that stuff. I have more games. I try to figure what I can. Moving over to my next shelf here. this is like my Nintendo shelf. I have a lot of stuff here. Like I said, I just have stuff out on shelves, but I do have some stuff in storage and in other places, you know, because I don't like having a place where I play video games where stuff's all over the place, all over the floor, and disorganized. So I try to keep it as neat as possible. Let me start from here. Dodgeball, I need to send this out to somebody. I met somebody at SC3 that I told him I'd send him that game, and for the life of me, I cannot find his information anywhere. I got his information there. He put in his name and his address in my phone, and then for some reason my phone lost his information, so I'm just holding off to that until I see him again, hopefully next SC3 when it's planned. And then these are some DS games I picked up recently. The games are missing, but they're 50 cents a piece just for the case, and all of them had Nintendo codes in there for the for Club Nintendo. So if you ever see loose games and they're missing loose cases and they're missing the game, we want to pick them up. They're cheap because you use a Nintendo code and pick up stuff. A digital press guide I use just to keep track of some things. And speaking of the Nintendo codes, they had a Luigi Mansion figurine I was able to pick up because I bought those extra games at the swap meet. So here, some of my complete and box NES games. Got a lot of good stuff here. Good stuff. And then back here, like I said, I stack stuff on my shelves. This makes it easier for me to track things. Got some games back there, and most of the games I have that are stacked like this, they're stacked in the back. They're games I played or I've completed already, so that's why I can sit them in the back. So I have that Dracula Curse back there that was found sealed. Some more games back there. River City Ransom, of course, is a classic. Bible games. Some stuff back there. So a lot of the NES stuff I have, all those games are complete up there. And as I go down, we look at my Super Nintendo stuff. And when I was growing up, I had a Super Nintendo. Did not have a Sega Genesis. But I remember I used to always go to my best friend's house and I always play Sega Genesis. I love the action arcade games on the Sega Genesis, Shinobi series, Streets of Rage. So many games are on there. Metal Resistance, or not Metal Resistance, but Midnight Resistance. Used to play that all the time when I go to his house. So when I was growing up, I would play Super Nintendo, but Genesis is my system of choice at that time. Super Nintendo has all the RPGs and all the shooters that I love, but what I was into, mostly sports and beat 'em up stuff. A lot of that stuff that I wanted to play, my friend had. So that's why most of the time I'll buy most of the games I want on a Genesis compared to Super Nintendo. But a Super Nintendo does have, you know, of course, dominant RPG games and superior games compared to the Genesis, which comes with RPGs and certain you know, action adventure games. So let me show you stuff I got. UN Squadron here, Space Megaforce, great game. Super Bomberman, Earthbound, you know, Mario Paint. Still fun to play Mario Paint to this day. Wanders from Ease 3, Biometal back there. And a lot of people, they're wondering, they commented on my last room video, why does that Earthbound have plastic over it? It was never released like that. The game, when I bought the game, it was covered in plastic. The store that I bought it from, they cover all the games in plastic to protect the box. And so I just left it on there to protect the box. I only cut open the top portion so I could remove the game and play it. I got Supernova there, Super Double Dragon, underrated Super Double Dragon. It's one of my favorites of the series. And then I got some games over here. I'll show you what I have in the back. Final Fight 2, Contra 3, Might and Magic, Lufia, Brandish, Soul Blazer, Super Adventure Island 2, Super RPG, Mega Man X. And let me move these games here. I'll show you what's in the back. And then Dracula X, Mega Man X3, X2, Breath of Fire 2, Chrono Trigger, a great game. Final Fantasy 3, Donkey Kong Country, Lufia 2, Brain Lord, Secret of Mana, Demon's Crest. So Usually when I pick up any games for the Super Nintendo, I usually try to get them complete. Of course it's hard, but I just buy them in pieces. I'll find a manual somewhere, then the box will appear, then I'll find a game. So usually these games, I don't get them complete. I usually have to piece them together over time. Knights of the Round, Ultima, 7 Saga, Super Castlevania 4. Great game. So those are some of the Super Nintendo games that I have. I have some loose ones that I'll show you in a little bit. Let me put these back, and then we go down to my my loose Nintendo games. And let me zoom out a little bit here. And Nintendo, of course, great system. Grew up with Nintendo. I had Nintendo. My friend had a Sega Master System, so it was pretty funny. He'd always come over my house and play Nintendo. Here's some of the games. So, Double Dragon, Punisher, Baseball Stars, Mega Man 5, Scat, Lolo 3, Gunsmoke, Power Blade 2. So, some good stuff. I have stacks in the back of Nintendo games back there. I'm not going to go into too much detail of the Nintendo, but I got some good games there, and always a great system to play. Always had fun. And let me move over to the PSP. I can sit here all day and talk about the PSP. It's such a great system. The RPGs on there are outstanding, and like I said, still to this day, I play the PSP over my 3DS. Play that more than any other system, probably, even over my 360 and the PlayStation 3. So, some of the special edition box games, a couple of them are still sealed because I already have the cart. I got it, not the cart, but the game cheap. And then the special edition I was able to get maybe via trade and stuff like that. Legend of Heroes series, outstanding. Valkyrie Chronicles 2 was an outstanding game. Remove some of this. Got some games back here. So, Crimson Gem Saga, what a game. And that's it for my PSP. Some of the best RPGs released lately or over the past few years have come for me personally from the PSP. So that's a system that will continue to get played for many years to come. Let me move up and head over to my Dreamcast stack. Got some games over there. Giga Wing 2, Skies of Arcadia, Project Justice, Marvel's Camp Cop 2, Cannon Spite. So some good stuff here. And then got some games here. Some Pink Bullets, Fast Striker, Gunlord. Great games that are released. And I'm so happy that there's still games being released right now for the Sega Master, not Sega Master System, but the Dreamcast. Man, the Sega Master System got some going to next. Got a few games here. I got some more in storage. But some of the ones I've been playing recently. Consignment's a great game. Shinobi, the Power Base Converter, Alice Kid in Shinobi World. Great game. Next up, Sega CD. Don't have too many games for Sega CD. Just try to really buy what I'm going to play. Don't really have the time and the space to buy fillers for this system or things I'm not going to play. So, Space Adventure, a great game. Of course, Lords of Thunder. Let me move this over. And then we got some more stuff here. NHL 94. To me, that's the best edition of that game. Great game, but I prefer it on Sega CD compared to the Genesis or any other. 3DX, not 3DX, but 32X games right here. It's got a few. And then some more Sega CD games back here. So, like I said, the Sega CD and the 32X, there's not really a lot of games for those systems that I really want. So, I can't really imagine any more games. If I come across, of course, Spider-Man, Web of Fire, or stuff like that, of course I'll get it. Of course, I still need Keo Flying Squadron for the Sega CD, but whenever I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. My Sega Genesis collection, got a lot of Sega Genesis games. I can sit here for days and tell you some of the stories on some of these great games for the Sega Genesis, and got a lot of stuff. And all these games, like I said in my previous room tour, they're all stacked. I have games stacked behind, as you see back there. Let me see, what a great game, Crusaders of Senti back there. Great RPG. Got some more stuff back there, and all the games on this shelf are games that I have completed. So, and some of the games were so hard I had to use the Game Genie on some of them. Some games are just frustration, and it would take me hours to complete. But everything on this shelf are games that I have completed. And there's games behind here. I'm not going into too much detail and show all the games behind there, but I do have games behind this shelf also. Next up is Sega Saturn, and I'll show you some of the stuff I have here. House of the Dead, a great arcade port. Duke Nukem, Clockwork Knights, Guardian Heroes. Then I got some more Decathlete. Let me zoom out a little bit. Some great games for the Sega Saturn. Like I said, I'm not going for a full collection. There's a couple games I still need, and then I'll be done collecting for the Sega Saturn. Like I said, there's games stacked behind here.